Yes, friends. So I was just talking about the what are the basic points here which are to be being discussed about. Okay, and the questions based on those points are being asked. I was just talking about the minute hand and hour hand. Okay, they will coincide with each other. That means the 0 degree angle will be made. So they coincide with each other. So they means the minute hand and hour hand. They will coincide with each other 11 times each 12 hour, or once in each hour, but 11 times in 12 hours that I told you about. Similarly, so 0 degree angle will be made between them 11 times in 12 hours, okay, or each time in 1 hour. Similarly, 180 degree angle, 180 means when the two hands are just opposite to each other. That means there is a straight angle or 180 degree angle between. So each hour this can happen one time, but in 12 hours it can happen 11 times. So 180 degree angle and 0 degree angle can be made 11 times each 12 hour or once in each hour. That is the point. But 90 degree angle and any other angle less than 90 degree, less than 90 degree or less than 180 degree can be made two times each time or each hour two times. It means 11 to the 22. Right, 11 times 22 times per 12 hour. 22 times per 12 hour. That is the point here. So in 12 hour, that is 11 times they were made. 11 means 90 degree angle can be made two times each hour. Why two times? Because when this is 90 degree angle between 3 and this, then when minute hand is just traveling this, so again the second angle, right angle will be made between them. So in this way, two angles each hour. Okay, in case of this, so in 12 hours, 11 times 0 degree, 180 degree angle, but 90 degree angle and other angles, so right angle and other angles can be made 22 times 11 to the 22. That is the point. Now, in this case, so each and let me write here, and the R and the gain of minutes, okay, is 12 upon 11. That means 1 and 1 upon 11 hours. Okay, this is per hour, or 1 and 1 upon 11 hours. That means per hour. This is per hour space is gained. Or if I multiply this by 60, then it will be 65 and 5 upon 11. Why? Because if I take this 12 upon 11 and multiply this by 60, so 12 into 6 is 720. This is 12 into 60 upon 11. If I divide by 11, it will be 65 and 5 upon 11. This is space gain per 60 minutes. Per 60 minutes or in 1 hour, this 65 and 5 upon 11 will be gained. Okay, and this is per 12 hours. 11 times this space is gained. Okay, between the two hands. So this is how the hands are being discussed about. Now let me talk about how the questions are solved. Let me take now questions. Okay. Now let me rub this and questions are being discussed. So as I told you, that 0 degree and 180 degree is made only once per hour, but 11 times in 12 hours. But 90 degree angle can be made twice per hour, and so 11 to the 22 times 12 hours. Per 12 hours, 22 times or 90 degree angle or right angle can be made between two hands, minute hand and hour hand. And other angles can also be. But 0 degree and 180 degree angle can be made only once per hour and 11 times per 12 hours. This is the basic point we will just discuss when question will arise. Now come to the point. Question number 1. Let me take question number 1. What is given to us and what is to find out. Because only questions will tell you and how the questions are solved, how the questions are being solved. Now, at what time between 4 o'clock what is given to us and 5 o'clock? Okay, it is given between 4 o'clock 5 o'clock and 5 o'clock, the hands of the clock, the hands of the clock be first to find a part. There are three parts of this question. Number one, what is given to us, that it says that between the at what time between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock the hands of a clock beat together. Together means the 0-degree angle is there between that. So 4 and 5 o'clock. Minute hand at 4 o'clock was at 12 and hour hand was at 4. Between 4 and 5 there is the 0-degree angle is made between 4 and 5. So what is that time we have to just talk about? I'll just talk about that. Okay, then they say the hands of a clock beat together, undoubtedly. Together means the 0-degree angle. The minute hand beat 13 minutes spaces behind the hour hand. When the condition is that minute hand is behind and hour hand is ahead, 13 minutes difference is there. When this will happen? That we have to find out. Second case is. Third case is the minute hand be 13 minutes spaces ahead of hour hand. 13 minutes space ahead of hour hand. So these are three conditions. First is the hands of a clock beat together. This is when they will be together all the time. Between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock, the hands of the clock beat together. This is first case. Second case is the minute hand. Second case is the minute hand be 13 minutes spaces behind the hour hand. Behind the hour hand. C part. Okay, the minute hand. Third part is the minute hand be 13 minutes. 13 minutes spaces ahead of hour hand. These are three conditions here. We have to find out that at what time or when. This is at what time the hands of a clock be together. The hands of a clock be together means they are making 0-degree. 0-degree means when minute hand, at what time they will be together. Okay, so at between 4 and 5 o'clock. Get the point. Let me find the solution. Just see the solution here. First of all, that when hour hand is at 4 o'clock and minute hand is at 12 o'clock, this is this clock here, and this is 12. So minute hand is at 12, and this is at 3. This is 3 here. Sorry, 4. So between 4 and 5, this is 4, and this is 5 here, and this is 2. This is 1. 1 is 2. Okay. So what is the position here? That this is the angle between initially between the hour hand and minute hand, 20-degree angle. Sorry, this 20 minutes space. There is a space of 20 minutes space. 20 minutes space between the two hands, minute hand and hour hand. 20 minutes space. Now this 20 minutes space is to be passed over by minute hand. Minute hand has to cover this 20 minutes space. So just go ahead of this 4 o'clock and they will meet between 4 and 5 o'clock. At what time that will be? 20 minutes space is to be gained, right, by minute hand over hour hand. So minute hand over hour hand gains 55 minutes space in 60 minutes time that we know about. With the help of that question we can solve it. So let me just find out. Okay, these 3 points, let me solve here. The first is when they will coincide between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. The solution let me find here. Very important point and try to understand. So let me change the marker. Now question number 1. We are talking about question number 1, first A part. When they are coincide, it says the hands of a clock beat together. Okay. So initially, let me take. Initially, the minute hand and hour hand are 20 minutes space behind each other. Behind each other. What does it mean? Just let me clarify. There is just when at 4 o'clock, because between 4 and 5 they have to meet together. Okay, they have to coincide. So initially the hour hand was at 4 o'clock, minute hand was at 12. So there is a space between them of 20 minutes because 5, 4 just 20 minutes space. So initially the minute hand and hour hand are 20 minutes space behind each other. Okay, so the minute hand has to cover this 20 minutes space to coincide with the hour hand. This is very important point. Just I am taking note with the angles position that I'll just do that questions from question number 3 onwards. But before that I am solving that with the help of this space. Okay, minute space, right? 20 minutes space is initially between hour hand and minute hand. Why? Because hour hand is at 4 o'clock and minute hand is at 12. Now minute hand has started traveling because and hour hand will travel from 4 to 5. In between 4 to 5 they will meet. That what time will be there? That we have to find out. Just see this, that we know now this 20 minutes space is to be covered by minute hand. Now since we know, since the minute hand has 55 minutes space, 55 minutes space gain in 60 minutes time. This we know about. 60 minutes time. What does it mean? Because in 60 minutes time, the minute hand over hour hand will gain 55 minutes space. Because hour hand will travel only 5 minutes space and minute hand will travel 60 minutes space. So 60 minus 5 is 55 minutes space in 60 minutes time. Okay, so therefore in 1 minute time, so to gain 1 minute, so to gain 1 minute space, to gain 1 minute space. Okay, so 1 minute space, if it has to gain, then the time will be, time will be 60 upon 55, and to gain 20 minutes space, the time taken will be how much? It will be 60 into 20. What is the reason? Why? Because 20 minutes space the minute hand has to gain. 60, it gains 55 minutes space. Okay, so in this 20 minutes space it has to gain, it is 60 upon 55 into this. So 55 minutes space is gained, 20 minutes space will be gained at what time? That is how 60 minutes time. So this we have to 5 11 times and 5 4 times. This 240. So it is equal to 4 6 is 24, 240 upon 11, dividing it 11 to the 22, right? Then 11 to the 22, 2 carry to 20, 11 1 is 11, and then the remaining value is 9. For 20 minus 11 is 9, right? For 11 to the 22, this is 240, so 2 remaining 20, 11 1 is 11, so 9 by 11. So when the time is 4 11 9, so this is 11, so 21 minutes, 21 and 9 upon 11 minutes, this time is there. This is minutes time. In this minutes time it will gain 20 minutes space, it will cover. Hence the two hands will meet or coincide at 4:21, 4 hour or 4 o'clock. Let me take 4:21, 4 hour 21 and 9 upon 11 minutes time. Okay, 4 hour 21 and 9 upon 11 minutes time. Okay, so at this time both will coincide with each other. This is how the answer is. This is the first answer, A part. The first A part answer is this. This is the first answer. Or we can say 4 o'clock, 4:21 and 9 upon 11 minutes time. This is 4 o'clock, between 4 and 5. So 4 hours 21 and 9 upon 11 minutes. If I convert this in second, that can also be done, but only we can just write 4 and 21 minutes, 9 upon 11. Okay, or 9 upon 11. So this is after 4 o'clock. So they will coincide with each other. This is how 20 minutes space will be gained by minute hand over hour hand. After 4:21 and 9 upon 11, or at this time they will meet together. Okay, they will coincide. This is the first answer. Now come to the second part of this. So second part it says, that minute space, the minute hand be 13 minutes space behind the hour hand. Now come to the point. Now when minute hand is 13 minutes, there is a difference between, it says the minute hand is behind hour hand, 13 minutes space behind. Okay, so when hour hand is at 4 o'clock, this is at 4 o'clock, minute hand and hour hand will just travel ahead of 4, but minute hand will come from 12 towards 1 2 like that. So there is a space between what? 13 minutes space is remained. Let me just talk about the minute hand and hour hand will be 13 minutes space between each other. That means the minute hand has to gain how much? Initially they are 20 minutes behind each other. Okay, so So they have to gain 20 minus 13 means 7 minutes gain. Now try to understand. They have to, and the minute hand has to gain 20 minus 13 equal to 7 minutes space. 7 minutes space the minute hand has to gain. So in 7 minutes space, what is the time that our hand will travel? In 7 minutes time, we have to find out that what space the minute hand will travel. So that space is to be ahead of our hand, means our hand will travel with that minute's time. So how much minutes will be taken by minute hand to reach up to the space 13 minutes behind our hand? Because our minute hand will come towards 1, 2 like that, and our hand will travel from 4 to 5. So when our hand is traveling from 4 to 5, minute hand will travel from 12 towards 1, 2 like that. Okay. In between, the space must be 13 minutes space behind. A minute hand is behind our hand, 13 minutes space behind. That means initially it is 20 minutes behind our hand. The difference initially between minute hand and our hand is 20 minutes space. Now it says that when the difference will be 13 minutes space between the minute hand will be 13 minutes behind the our hand at the point. That means the 7 minutes difference, initially it was 20 minutes. Now it has to remain 13 minutes. So the difference is 7 minutes difference. This 7 minutes difference is to be gained by minute hand to reach at 13 minutes space. Now quantity. Okay, so this 7 minutes space is to be gained by minute hand to reach at 13 minutes space. 13 minutes space behind the R hand. Okay, so this 7 minutes space is to be gained by minute hand. And what is that space? Let me now find out. So the 55 minutes, this is the basic form. The 55 minutes space is gained by minute hand in 60 minutes time. Try to understand. 60 minutes. So 7 minutes space, let me write directly. So 7 minutes space will be gained in 60 upon 55 into 7. Try to understand this. 60 upon 55 into 7. So this is the time which minute hand will take to reach up to 13 minutes space. So what is that time will be? Let me now solve it. So multiply that 60 upon 55 into 7. That is 7 6 is 42. 420 upon 55. Or if I divide it by, let me initially divide it by 5 12 times, this is 5 11 times. So 7 to the 44 1, 7 to 7 1 is 84 upon 11. It will be how much time? So it will be 11 7 ja 77. Right? 11 7 ja 77. 77 and 3 and 7 is now left over. 70, 11 6 is 60, so 7 and upon 11. Right? Because 84 minus 77. 84 minus 77. 40 minus 7 is 7, only 7 difference. So 7 upon 11. So this is the minutes time it will take to reach up to the, at what time? So at 4 7 7 by 11 o'clock they will be, when R hand will be at 4, 7, 7, 7, 11. What the point? When R hand will be at this, at 4, 7, 7, this o'clock, there will be 13 minutes space behind each other. Minutes space behind each other. This is the point. Very important point, try to understand. Okay, so this 7 and 7.1, 4 o'clock, because R hand will be at this time. 13 minutes space will be, and minute hand will be behind that. Okay, so because it will take within this 7 and 7.11 minutes time, it will come 13 minutes space behind the R hand. But this time will be 4 o'clock, or 4 hours, 7 and 7.11 minutes time. R hand will be here at this time, 4 o'clock and 7. So between 4 and 5, that means 4 hours, 7 and 7.11 minutes time, the space will be 13 minutes space between behind the R. Minute hand will be behind R hand. Still it will be behind, because 13 minutes space we have to find out. This is question number B part of this. Now what is C part of this question number? I would say 13 minutes space ahead of 7 o'clock, or 4 o'clock. So R hand, it says minute hand will be ahead of that. What the point? So two clocks, sorry, this one C part, the minute hand be 13 minutes spaces ahead of R hand. That's the point. It means initially the minute hand is 20 minutes space behind the R hand. So it has to gain 20 plus 13, because 13 minutes ahead of R hand. 20 minutes initially it is behind. 20 plus 13 minutes, that means 33 minutes space. 20 plus 13, 33 minutes space it has to cover. 30 minutes space it has to travel. It has to cover, or it has to travel. Okay, so for that we just find out by the same formula. So the minute hand will take again 60 upon 55 into 36. This is very important point here. Okay, so with the help of this formula, 55, 5, 11 times, 5, 12 times, 12 3 are 30, 36, 6, 3 carry, 12 3 are 36 and 3, 39. So 396 upon 11, what time will be there? Let me divide it by this. Will be 11 3 are 33, 33, 6 carry, 11 6 are, so 36 minutes completely. Very good. 33, 36, 36 minutes. In 36 minutes time, it will be, okay, 13 minutes ahead of that. That means the time will be 4:36. Okay, at 4 hours 36 minutes time, the minute hand will be 13 minutes space ahead of that. That will be 36 minutes. So what is the time? So 4 hours, this is our hand will be 36 minutes, minute hand will be here. 36 and 35 is here. That means after 36 minutes time, the minute hand will be 13 minutes space ahead of R hand.